Well, hello everybody, and this is Jonathan, and as you can see behind me, there's a lot of very cool cars behind me because I'm at the 2023 Syracuse Nationals, the largest car show in the Northeast. So let's get going. My name is Jonathan, and I'm a caregiver for my wife Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are a bit different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn life. There are so many cars to see here at the Nationals, and this year is no exception. And wait, what do we got here? Now, I really like British sports cars, and this is an Austin Healey Bugatti Sprite. My parents had Austin Healeys, not a Sprite, but I really like British sports cars. I don't see a lot of them here, so when I do, you got to take notice. And I'm not here alone. I'm with my son Justin, who likes this 72 Oldsmobile 442. I think it's a 72. What does it say up there? 72 Oldsmobile 442. I was explaining to him what 442 stands for. Yeah. And so cool car. It's interesting to see what he thinks is really cool. He likes cars in the 70s, and to him they're ancient. To me, they're a little too new. I like to go back a little older than that. Well, this is an exception. This is a 72 Triumph TR6. I've always loved this car. I love British sports cars, and I love the red line tires on the Triumph TR6. It's just a beautiful, beautiful car. So this is one exception to what I normally like in cars. I mentioned my parents had an Austin Healey when I was born. That's how I came home from the hospital, was on my mother's lap. But later when my sister Sue was born, they got one of these. It's a Volvo, and I used to call it the Vovo, and because I had a back seat. And I remember my dad putting an actual, like a board in the back of the back seat so that we could sit when we would go upstate to my grandparents. I can remember that. So dangerous by today's standards, but that's how we rode. We don't usually come home from the hospital on your mother's lap either anymore. I did. Are you familiar with the company Singer? You might be familiar with the Singer sewing machine, and this is the same company. This is a Singer automobile. Pretty cool. And I love it when people put together these little packages. This is a Dodge van towing a vintage trailer. They're beautiful, beautifully restored, both of them. Including the inside of this trailer is just as nice as the outside. How fun it would be to take this out on the road, or just go to car shows and then stay in the trailer. There's even surfboards on the roof of the trailer. This is really, really well done. These are some of my favorite things to find at the Syracuse Nationals. made our way inside now, and in this building there's a lot of really fine, custom, high-end hot rods in here. These things, these are all, you don't drive these cars. You don't see these things on the road. These are all trailer queens, but they're very cool. There's also some celebrities in here. Yes, these are dream cars. The designers of these cars are very sought after. And if you're not into that, they got vintage bicycles. There's a lot of bikes here that look like the bicycle that I used to ride. And no, this doesn't look anything like the motorcycle that I ride now. So there's a lot more than just custom cars here. There's custom motorcycles as well, and they're beautiful. Speaking of well-known designers and builders, look who's here. It's Chad Hiltz, also known as Dad Chad. He's a terrific designer from Nova Scotia, and he's there with his girlfriend, and looks like she's filming, and I heard him behind me. I knew he was going to be here today, but I didn't expect to see him just out looking at cars, and he was out talking to owners. Alright, well, we're back outside. I tell you, it's overwhelming, and I say this every year. It's you see so many fine cars out here that you walk by. Such beautiful cars, you know, when you think about it. This is almost like it's like too much to see. It's really overwhelming, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing, I guess. And I really enjoy coming here, talking with some of these other people. It was cool seeing Bad Chad in there. I knew he was going to be here, but I didn't expect to see him walking around. I think he was live streaming too. So that was cool. Now I think Justin and I are going to go and maybe get something to eat. He has his eye on a couple places, or like that. What was the place he had your eye on?
Butcher Boys.
Butcher Boys, where you can get like a steak sandwich or something like that.
Yeah,
You heard on the radio.
Somebody
recommended it to him, said it was really good, or he heard it was good. Right?
And it looks good.
And it looks good. So we're going to go check that out. On my way to lunch, and I saw this Bugatti, and I said it can't be a real Bugatti. I looked at the windshield, and it's registered as a Volkswagen. But it's still very cool, and I'd love to drive this thing around. It's such a cool looking car. And this is where Justin has recommended we eat, and there is quite the line. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Another car that my parents had before I was born, before I ruined everything, was a Nash Metropolitan. I didn't have any idea that how small it was, and apparently it was only a 3-cylinder. I dug up an old picture of my mother with her Nash Metropolitan, taken in 1955. They really liked these really cool small cars. I think this was their second car, and then after this I think they went to their first Austin Healey. And here's a picture of me in front of this Nash Metropolitan. And there's a map on their windshield showing where this car has been all over the United States. Awesome. Okay, well, we're about to enter my favorite area of the Syracuse Nationals, the Rat Rod section. And I was talking with Justin earlier. I said maybe I'll make this a whole separate video, but I don't think I will. I'm going to include it. And this should be a lot of fun. This is a lot of very creative thinking going on inside this pavilion. I'm in a section here where you got to vote for your favorite car. Each car took 1 year to build, and I got to go through all the cars, and then I got let's see, Justin and I each have a ticket, and we put it in front of each car, or the car that we like the best. So let's see what we got here. caught Justin taking a picture of one of his favorite cars, a 79 Camaro. 79 Camaro, yeah. Here's another car that stuck out for me. It reminded me of the Red Baron. It's a Volkswagen Bug body anyways, but it's definitely not a Volkswagen anymore, not with the engine that's on the front of it. And this stuck out for me. Someone's grandfather's 41 Chevy. This car show is huge. The state fairgrounds where it resides, I don't know how many acres it is, but it's gigantic. And they stuff cars in every little corner. I have no idea how many cars are here. It's unbelievable. And boy, are my dogs tired. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Justin and I have walked around this entire fairgrounds, I don't know how many times, and my legs are killing me. So I'm gonna put a close on this video right behind the Starsky and Hutch car. It's a light flashing. And we'll see you next time on the Lynn Line.